Well, speaking of risk assessments, let's go ahead and move into that section. Now, remember what we said. The risk assessment, it is that ongoing analysis of current hazards and future threats. Okay. Nothing's really changed there. But make sure that that's how you're using it. You've probably heard my analogy through previous trainings, and I've been saying it for years, is your risk assessment is your sword and your shield. Okay. That's how you it's your sword, because that's how you are supposed to attack problems. You run into areas of risk, and if you look through there, I mean, it's anytime you have new products and services, maybe you have existing products and services that have changed. Maybe the way that you interact with your customers have been updated. Maybe you've got that new app. Maybe there's online account opening. Or maybe it could be you've got some new high risk customers that have come to your fold. New types of accounts, new types of jurisdictions that you're transacting with. All of these things impact your risk profile. And so then the question is, how are you responding to these changes over time? And the best way to defend yourself is to address it in your risk assessment. Okay, as things change, address it in a risk assessment. Make sure you occupy that space. In fact, if you look ahead, and if you're in your materials, I'd have you take a look. Let's see, what page is that on? That's on page 11, 3A. This is straight out of the exam manual. And what it says is, as part of your regulatory examination, if you have not completed a risk assessment, or if the examiner determines that your risk assessment is inadequate, then they must complete it for you. Okay. And you do not want your regulators doing your risk assessment for you. First off, they're not in your financial institution long enough to really understand your risk and what your concerns are. Now, if you occupy that space and you say, okay, we've already assessed that risk, now you can use that as a shield. You can say, no, we didn't miss this risk. This isn't something we failed to assess. It wasn't inadequate. We have assessed this risk. Now, they might come and say, you know what, I think you missed a spot, or maybe you didn't fully articulate it, or maybe we don't agree with your conclusions. But then you can have a discussion, and it is not a situation where your examiner is now going to do it for you. Okay, so it's a shield. It's a way to defend yourself from having the examiners come through and tell you exactly what to do.